Sometime in the service?
Yeah, after the time for all ages.
Okay.
And my mic.
I just don't want to have to step on you. I don't want to take a chance of falling. I didn't see it in the digest if there wasn't any Great, yes, I'm thrilled.
You're very trustworthy. Who?
Come, whoever you are welcome here. No matter your age, your size, the color of your eyes, your hair, your skin, you are welcome here. No matter how you came here, if you came here alone or with others, you are welcome here. No matter whom you love or how you speak or whatever your abilities, you're welcome here. Whether you come with laughter in your heart or tears in your eyes, you are welcome here. If you come with an open mind, a loving heart, and willing hands, then you are indeed welcome here. So welcome to the First Unitarian Universalist Church of New Orleans. This congregation is now in its 193rd year of self-discovery, liberal faith, and a commitment to serving our community and our world. And you'll hear more about that last part this morning. I am Beverly Rainbolt. My pronouns are she, her, and lots of y'all. And if you're a visitor this morning, we'd like to know about it. Would you raise your hand so that we can welcome you? Do we have any? All right. Good morning. Because we'd like to ensure that everyone hears everything, everyone in attendance can hear the service in its entirety, we invite you to wave your hand or otherwise signify if you're unable to hear any of the speakers, and we'll try to adjust our voice level or our paying attention to the microphone, which is paying attention to me this morning, that's for sure. If anyone of any age would like activities, fidgets, or toys to help them be more present in the service, you can find pew packs in the back of the room. And when they have various age ranges, pick your interest and please return them at the end of the service. After the time for all ages this morning, it's Kids Day, and Barrett's going to tell us about that later. As a lay-led congregation, we invite a variety of worship leaders from our congregations and the broader community to give the sermon and to contribute to other parts of our service. Our speakers today are all FUUNO members, Brad Ott, Linda Wren, Kevin Erickson, whose name I misspelled in the order of worship, and I apologize for that. It's Erickson with an E, not an O. And Jody Manali, all speaking on behalf of our FUUNO social justice team, witnessing, challenging, and encouraging on behalf of our shared UU values. Mary Ellen. I invite Mary Ellen up to light the chalice, and I invite you to rise and embody your spirit. When you rise, let's all take in a deep breath together. We'll wait. In and out. And if you will read with me for the words that are in your order of worship. That Which Abides by Mary Kerbo Capo. Through the week this chalice abides, cupped and silent. Softly it gleams in a dimly lit room, complete unto itself. Today we come together as a community of faith, joyful and free. Our individual energies combine to speak the flame of truth. Today, may we draw strength from the other, and like the chalice, may we be bathed in the fire of commitment to social justice, equity, and peace. Please remain as you are for our opening hymn, which is in the teal or aqua hymnal, number 1028.
Young at heart, and my friends who just walked in maybe, to come sit on the carpet circles and read a book with me. Yay. So this is a little book called A is for Activist, and it's about our values of justice and equity, and it's about activism. And there's some fun pictures, so I'm glad y'all are coming up to join me. Hi, everybody. Good morning. A is for Activist. Written and illustrated by Inosanto Nagara. See the little cat? A is for Activist. Advocate, abolitionist, ally, actively answering a call to action. Are you an activist? Maybe you can be. B is for banner, bobbing in the sky, billowing in the breeze, 'cause you're not shy. C is for co-op, cooperating cultures, creative counter to corporate vultures. Oh, and cats. Can you find all the cats? D, little d, democracy. More than voting, you'll agree. Dictators detest it. Donkeys don't get it. But you and me, we demand equality. Equal rights, black, brown, or white, clean and healthy is a right. Every place we live and play, environmental justice is the way. H is for healthy food, a human right. Honeydew, Jamaica, nature's delight, hummus, hot dogs, Havarti cheese. Hot dogs? Yes, healthy hot dogs, please, and healthy pizza. Indigenous and immigrant, together we stand tall. Our histories are relevant. An injury to one is an injury to all. J is for justice. Yay for justice. Jajing Jang, Juanita, Jamal, justice for the janitors, justice for all. Kings are fine for story time. Knights are fun to play. But when we make decisions, we will choose the people's way. LGBTQ, love who you choose, 'cause love is true. Liberate your notions of limited emotions. Celebrate with pride our links of devotion. M, megaphones, marching, movimiento music. Hip, hip, hooray, it must be May Day. N is for no. No, no, no. Yes to what we want, no to what must go. No, no, no. The sign says, no justice, no peace. And the cat has a sign that says, no. Open minds operate best. Critical thinking over tests. Y'all like tests? No? Do you like critical thinking better? No. Some no's, some yeses. Wisdom can't be memorized. Educate, agitate, organize. Peace march. Protest. Pow, power to the people. Yeah. Q is for question. Do y'all like questions? Yeah, all right. Questioning coercion. Querying qualities, counter false assertions. R, radical red, the headline says. Ruinous rioters for ruinous bread. Rabble rousing riffraff. Really? S is for sun, soul, solar. Superstar, stellar power. Fuels all life, not just flowers. energized homes, cars, and showers, silly scoundrels sucking on dinosaur sludge. Boo! Hiss! T is for trans, for trains, tiaras, tulips, tractors, and tigers too. Trust in the true, the he, she, they, that is you. U is for weekends. U is for workers' rights. Wait, that's not U, that's W. U is for union. Union, yes. V is for Vox. Did you say Fox? No, I said Vox. Did you say box? No, Vox. Rocks, blocks, socks, Vox. Vox of the people. Voice of the people. Better go see the letter D. Wonder world, wondrous we. We cannot be whole. Yeah, that is W. We cannot be free unless we delight in diversity. X is for Malcolm, as in Malcolm X. History's lessons can be complex. Remember Parks, remember King, remember Malcolm, and let freedom ring. Y is for you, and you, and you, and youth. Your planet, your rights, your future, your truth. Y is for yes. Yes, yes, yes. And Z is for Zapatista, of course. The end. All right, as you heard, today is Kids Day, so I invite all the kids to come join me in the kids' room for donuts and activities, and we're going to be talking about our annual Crew of Kids for Change. So, congregation, get excited. Yeah.
Do you know Anne?
Ours is a welcoming community where we find connection, a spiritual community where we find meaning. Ours is a sharing community where our joys are amplified, a caring community where our sorrows are lessened. We can take this moment to reflect on our joys and sorrows and acknowledge the mutual support of our community. If you would like, you may come forward. If you would come this way and release a stone into the bowl. Y'all can go ahead and start lining up. If you like, you may come forward and release a stone in the water in silence or with a brief verbal expression of joy or sorrow.
I'll try to be brief. I have a joy of my nephew and his wife having their first baby, for being new parents and for a new life, and how that life will unfold. Also, I have concerns. Jafia, our member, Jafia Christos Rogers, is having some problems with an infection, and she asks everyone to keep her in their thoughts and prayers. And also, our dear friend Mary Jo Day is in the hospital up north somewhere, I'm not sure exactly where, by her daughter's house, and they're running different tests and stuff, but she's been having some confusion, and Angie, our other friend, is going there to help out since her daughter needs to go back to work. So keep Angie in your thoughts also as she travels to be there for Mary Jo.
I was actually going to share the same concern and joy, both that Mary Jo is not well and that our good friend Angie is able to be there to take care of her, which means a lot to her daughter. She's really is very impressed that Angie's doing that. But also, I guess, a joy that's a little bit tinged with sorrow. The family of my friend who had died by suicide earlier this year are coming down to New Orleans for his birthday, and so a lot of us from our department and who are friends with him are going to get together and remember him, which I think will be really special.
Thank you, Margo. I have a concern. My mother's 91-year-old friend is ill, and I've been taking her to the doctor, and it seems the antibiotic doesn't seem to be working for her, so I pray that the next one will. And also, I just found out that my cousin died, so goodbye, Celie.
Morning, everybody. I have a bonus son that none of you, I don't think, have ever met. He came into my life when he was 15. I picked him up at work. Sorry, thank you. I picked him up at work. He's the grandson of one of our nurses. And at 15, he's gay. And I didn't know if he knew he was gay when he was 15. Gosh, I'm rambling. He's 26 now, and he's living with me now. He has been accused of inappropriately touching a child, a male child. And it's just mighty heavy, guys. So, thoughts and prayers for Austin. He's a good boy. Never would he ever.
Do we have anyone else who wants to share a sorrow or a joy? May we remember those who have spoken, those who have been named, those we hold in silence in our hearts. And we'll enter this time of silence, which will close by singing Voice Still and Small. I am going to read part of a message that UUA sent out as a suggested liturgical resource for solidarity with Venezuela, with Venezuelans. They sent it out first thing yesterday morning and asked that congregations share it. Not going to read the whole thing. It is on their Facebook page and their website. You can see it. I'm going to read the end of it, after which we'll have our 2 minutes of silence, and we will close the silence singing Voice Still and Small. The words are in your order of worship. Just people there. On this day we pray strength unto them all, upon us all, to meet this time with courage and grief and remembering and reminding that in that place where they are, among them, there is only all of us.
Responsive reading, 544 in this hymnal. New Year's Day. By the way, those gathered read the italics. I read the opening parts. The 1st of January is another day of dawning. The sun rising as the sun always rises, the earth moving in its rhythms. So it is. Everything is the same, bound into its history as we ourselves are bound. What shall we do with this great gift of time this year? We are the hearts and minds, the hands and the feet, the embodiment of all the best visions of our people. Let us take the step forward together on new ground.
Good morning. Good. Looking back at 2025 and beyond, I'm reminded of the UU hymn lyrics. Where did we come from? What are we? Where are we going? What is our history as individuals, as a faith, and as a nation? At this time of year, as we reflect back, we need to look earlier than 2025, or even the 2000s. Today, we acknowledge the role of the doctrine of discovery and how it is responsible not only for past atrocities, but for current injustices. As recently as the current occupation of our city by ICE and the US attacks on Venezuela. The doctrine of discovery was a formal decree issued by Pope Alexander VI of the Catholic Church in 1493, rooted in prior papal decrees of Pope Nicholas earlier in the 15th century. This doctrine charged Christian nations to invade any non-Christian land, to subdue non-Christians and reduce them to perpetual slavery, and to appropriate land, possessions, and goods, and convert them for use and profit. The doctrine of discovery wed religion and governance and codified the prioritization of humanity, with white Christian men at the top. It justified domination over people and land. It was and is responsible for stealing of lands from native peoples and for chattel slavery, for redlining, for raping of the land for profit, and for locating pollution-causing factories in areas with Black, brown, and indigenous peoples. This doctrine is embedded in US and international law. That's a lot, and we need to sit and reckon with that. We are an indoctrinated people. Jessica Intermill, strategic policy consultant of Minnesota Interfaith Power and Light, says, and I quote, "This is who we are, right? And this is who we have always been. And if all those things that happened before are here with us today, if now is always, it's not just the past within us, it's also what comes next." Just like these guys made decisions that got us here, we are making the decisions about what comes next after us, and we exist in our descendants' lives. So the doctrine of discovery is what we are, and we are also, you use, working to become anti-racist. In a few moments, Kevin Erickson will lead us in a ritual of rejecting this narrative of domination, of white supremacy. Then we will commit to tangible ways we can move forward together to advance social justice as a congregation in 2026 and beyond. After the ritual, Jody Manali will share with you how FUUNO has been actively working in 2025 against this narrative of domination. She will then invite each of you to discern your role and ask you to make a New Year's resolution that reflects how you can best be a part of this work together in our church family.
I am definitely one of those white men, European background, that is indoctrinated and that still is drawn to the narrative, the Europeans going to this new world and the development, and that story. It still appeals to me a little bit, but no more. I see the pain after George Floyd's murder, after the genocide in Palestine. I can no longer, intellectualize it and compartmentalize it and put it away. I'm feeling it very strongly. This book here is a text that I picked up, bought at the Symphony Book Fair. It's the annual fundraising for the Louisiana Philharmonic Orchestra out at the Lakeside Arena. It is The Historic Evolution of Hispanic America, written in the 30s by J. Fred Rippey, professor of history at the University of Chicago. This is the third edition. I think there were three editions, prints from 1932 until 1945. Took it off my shelf a few weeks ago, and it occurred to me that the racism, the erasure of the indigenous population in Latin America, the erasure of the kidnapped Africans that were brought there, it would cause distress that I'm not used to. So what to do with this book? How do you, it seems to me unseemly to toss it into the garbage can with the kitchen scraps. It's a heavy book. There's got to be some scholarship in it. There's got to be some value. So it sat on my dining room table for a couple weeks, trying, hopefully something would occur to me. And then when Linda talked about us doing a New Year's sermon, she put into my head the idea of relinquishment, of letting go. So what I propose to you is that, so I went through the book and looked for the word Indian and so I could find where this historian has been blatantly racist. I'll read an example. And gotta negotiate this, Mike. It is also true that racial and cultural homogeneity have an important bearing upon both the political stability and the economic and social progress of a nation. Western European elements are also in the ascendancy in Chile and southern Brazil. In Chile, to be sure, there is a large Indian and mestizo contingent, but it is of an unusually viral and intelligent type. Now remember, South America, the southern hemisphere, as you go south, it gets into a cooler climate. So he says whether Brazil will someday break up into two nations, largely on the basis of race or climate, remains to be seen. Whatever the ultimate capacity of backward peoples for development, the Indian, Negro, mulatto, mestizo elements of Latin America have lingered behind the peoples of Western Europe and the whites of the United States. This is a text from the point of view of a white man in Chicago about white men, Spaniards and Portuguese, their experience, that culture's experience in the Western Hemisphere. This is, this book ends clearly from the point of view of an American. And I thought that, and I'll read the last sentence of the last paragraph of this text. And I thought it would be amusing, but after what happened yesterday, what we did yesterday as an American race to Venezuela, it's not quite as funny, but still, I'm gonna present it. You all know who this person is that I'm about to talk about, about to read. He has been elevated in our popular culture, so you will know. And anybody who's in the Social Justice Committee, don't spoil it because you've heard this already. I'm gonna read to you the last paragraph. And this is, as of the year 1945, whatever his backing or his objectives, blank, and as soon as you know who that we're talking about, you can tell me, was hostile to the United States and resentful of its tariff policies and its dominant position in the Pan-American movement, whether his attitude might be changed by tariff adjustments on meat and other Argentine products, and by the progress of democracy among his neighbors and in the rest of the world, only the future could reveal. Perhaps he would be forced to resign or mend his ways by the Argentines themselves with the moral support of the United States and other American countries. Until one or the other of these changes occurred, Argentina would remain an obstacle to the development of full Pan-American harmony. Who am I talking about? There you go, Evita's husband, Evita Perón's husband. He was targeted by this guy. Okay, so what I did is I noted the pages that have, this, some of this is point of view of an American that is the business, the money side of extracting the wealth. So you may pull a page out that has that. And what we're proposing, if you're willing to help me relinquish this book and get rid of it, because it served a great purpose already, not intended by the author. But so Beverly's I'm gonna give this to Beverly, and I underlined some of the on the page where what you'll look at, and if you pull a page out, and after it's been distributed and you have your pages, we will go through a ritual where we will, fold it up, and oh, that's right. You also may have brought your own stuff, so you can participate in the ritual that way.
So what I'm going to suggest is, while this goes around, because it's going to take a minute to go around, and we want it to go pretty quickly, once you have pulled a page out, maybe you can share what the offending statement, you can read it to your neighbor, and y'all can be talking about these issues as the book goes around, and I'll help the book move from space to space.
So of course the concerning part of this is the erasure of the indigenous population in Latin America. I'm gonna fast forward, I'm gonna bring us up to the present, in which there was an attempt at erasure, but the Palestinians refuse to be erased. In May of 2023, about 2.5 years ago, on the occasion of Israel's 75th anniversary of its founding, the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, very powerful woman. I mean, that's a very powerful position. She's German background. She sent a video message to Israel, and you know, if you're a colonial state like Germany, this is a natural thing for her to say. So she congratulated Israel, among other things, for making the desert bloom. Fortunately, the British Broadcasting Corporation reported this, and they reported Palestine's response, and I'll read it to you. The state of Palestine rejects the inappropriate, false, and discriminatory remarks by the President of the European Commission, particularly the Make the Desert Bloom, anti-Palestinian, racist trope in relation to Israel's 75-year colonial project. The statement accused von der Leyen of propagandist discourse that undermines the European Union's standing and casts serious doubts on its declared commitment to international law and human rights. The response of von der Leyen's office, the response of the European Commission is just, given that 5 months later, the European countries would assist in Israel's genocide. So listen to what they said, and it's very dystopian, very Kafkaesque. So a spokesman for the European Commission told the BBC on Thursday it was unpleasantly surprised by the inappropriate statement from the Palestinian Foreign Ministry accusing the President of the European Commission of racism. The spokesman said the Commission was requesting clarification over what it described as an unacceptable reaction to the video. Again, 5 months later, Europe would assist its colony in the genocide. So are you ready to relinquish these pages? Where's the book?
The book is halfway around.
Oh, okay.
But Jody can go ahead and talk, and the book can keep, if y'all are ready to move on.
Good morning. We know many of us volunteer our time and donate our money to a number of social justice causes as individuals, and we celebrate that. However, FUUNO's vision and mission commit us as a congregation to be a catalyst for social justice, to promote social change, and inspire service to the larger community. So I will share with you what the FUUNO social justice team has been focusing on over the last year, our 4 project areas, most of which tie back to the doctrine of discovery and current events. And then we'll invite you to engage in activity to help you make a commitment to become part of this dynamic work. The 4 areas are anti-racism and sacred reckonings, Together New Orleans, Justice for Palestinians, and Immigration Enforcement Response. For anti-racism and sacred reckonings, in an effort to dismantle white supremacist culture in our own congregation and to consider how we can pay back, a few members have engaged in anti-racism training called Aiming for Allyship and Sacred Reckonings. And they are engaging us in conversations about what they have learned. And I think we have a discussion today after the service. So please join us at noon if you're interested. Now with Together New Orleans. FUUNO officially joined Together New Orleans as a partner in 2021. TNO is faith, labor, and community organizations that work together to have more impact than we could have alone. There, our most recent work has focused on making the incoming mayor and New Orleans City Council accountable for solving some of the chronic problems in the city and getting the current city council, or what was the city council last year, to approve $30 million to fund the neighborhood power plan. Justice for Palestinians. As you use, we lift up the core value of love for every person and the sanctity of international law. We are committed to work that is accountable to the inalienable rights of the Palestinian people, including ending military occupation, settler colonialism, and apartheid, and supporting the right of return for Palestinian refugees as affirmed by the United Nations. Immigration enforcement response. In the wake of ICE's local attack called Catahoula Crunch on our immigrant neighbors, we have engaged in OHOS training through Union Migrante, learned about immigrants and our legal rights, participated in a number of peaceful legal activities to alert folks to danger, and served as immigration court volunteer observers. Also, we have provided various forms of mutual aid and partnered with a local church responding and to listen and respond to their needs. And of course, not just this last year, but for over the last 40 years, we have sponsored a monthly morning meeting of social activists called the Gillespie Center Memorial Community Breakfast. This forum features keynote speakers and roundtable topics in the spirit of progressive social justice solidarity. They meet from 10:45 a.m. till noon on the second Saturday of most months. Okay, now it's your turn. Please take about 3 minutes to look at the insert in your order of worship, which outlines in more detail our accomplishments in each area and opportunities for you to commit to being part of FUUNO social justice activism in 2026. Okay, has everybody had enough time, you think, to take a look at that insert? Okay, and if you look in your order of worship, you'll see a colorful sticky note, right? Okay. So now we want to move into an activity that we're all in this together. We're asking you to commit to action. Please break up into groups of 2 or 3 and talk about what opportunity or opportunities for social justice from this insert speaks to you. What jumped off the page and resonated with you? What are you willing to commit to work on with others in the congregation in the coming year? What is your New Year's resolution? Then write down and share your commitment with your group. Bring your paper home and put it somewhere when you can refer to it, where you can refer to it throughout the year. And get in touch with the person who's listed as the contact to let them know you want to get involved. So now please get together in groups of 2 or 3, and we'll give you about 3 to 5 minutes to do this.
I'm going to take an OJ's.
I did that, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm going to see if there's anything happening in the Women's East. I'm not seeing anything out there. It seems like there's, so I'm going to stay active in that. And continue with the sacred reckoning.
And I've been going to the anti-racism discussions. I don't have the time to do any fellowship and more things on social justice, and I'm interested in that. So I'm going to continue with that. And figuring out how we can continue to right, and how we're going to make reparations. Yeah. What I like about it too is that it does it in a way that doesn't make us feel personally guilty, but it challenges us that we have a responsibility regardless. Yeah.
And you've done a great job, I think, of not emphasizing the word reparation, emphasizing the repair. That makes me think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See how we're coming. I'm trying to, okay. I timed it for 4 minutes. So.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay, friends, can we get back together again? This is very wonderful. I'm hearing all kinds of great conversations. But let's get together again so we can continue. Kevin, would you like to pass around a box or something? If you would like to throw away your page from the book with white supremacist language in it, or whatever you brought, Kevin's going to pass around this basket for you to put it in, okay? Okay, we're glad you're excited about this, but let's get together again, okay?
Crumble, tear off, whatever you're comfortable with. Let go of this American, European supremacy.
Okay. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about what social justice work FUUNO already is engaged in, and for considering how you can amplify our impact by committing to work with us together in 2026. Not only will we do good, but we will grow in our relationships and the good feelings we get from sharing in the work.
I'll give Kevin a second. We don't want the collection plate confused with the recycle and let go of white supremacy plate. Thank you, Kevin. Generosity is a spiritual discipline. We can now practice our act of giving, either by placing your offering in the collection plate or by using the information on the back of your order of worship. There's a PayPal QR code, and you can donate electronically. If you're paying for your pledge, be sure to mark that. Gifts to this community of faith are gratefully received. Let us acknowledge these gifts by reading together the words in your order of worship. This gift from abundance of my life blesses me, our ministries, and the world. Giving in the offering plate and pledging are only part of how we steward this church and this congregation. As you've seen today already, there are countless other ways to serve, build community, and share our love with the rest of the city. In fact, and you can find more, or you may find other interests. You can look on the other QR code on the back of the order of worship, leads you to our weekly announcements, and there may be something there that you're very interested in, or you may want to receive our weekly digest, and you can sign up in the back if you would like to do that. I will let you know, those of you who put on your resolution that you're going to attend more of the anti-racism discussions can do that today at 12 o'clock here in the chapel. And who's leading the discussion this week? Ann. Ann is leading the discussion this week. So that happens right here at 12 o'clock. And that's the only announcement I have today. So if you would please stand and rise in body or spirit as we extinguish our chalice. And read with me the words to extinguish the chalice, which is in your order of worship. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. This church has a place in our lives and a way we live our lives. Wherever and however we gather, we bring that life and love to share in our communities. Let us invite that spirit to fill us now as we leave this sanctuary. But before we leave, let us have coffee and a closing hymn. And then we'll have coffee. And sorry, I skipped right over it. And it is number 1017 in your teal hymnal. And share love and fight patriarchy and fight white supremacy and have coffee.